Welcome to the Screensavers. I'm Martin Sargent.
And I'm inadvertently destroying Patrick's computer. Chris Pirillo, and yes, this is a Screensavers. It's still the place where we answer your toughest tech questions and help you stay on the leading edge of the digital revolution.
Patrick and Leo are on a top secret assignment. I cannot divulge their whereabouts, but it's big.
Well, you could.
And that's why
them.
Chris Pirillo of the Call for Help program is filling in. Thanks for being here, Chris.
Not a
we
problem.
Appreciate it.
Coming up on today's show, Kevin Mitnick is back to talk about Microsoft's recent security crackdown and how it affects you. We'll discuss secure shells with the man who invented them, ENunn. Sorry, Tattoo. I'm still having a problem. There's an umlaut in his name, that little dot, 2 dots.
We don't know how to draw the umlaut in the prompter. Plus, Apple Computer's top performer gets a makeover.
First, let's toss it over to our high-tech nook, Morgan Webb and Kat Schwartz. What do you got in store for us today?
Hi, guys. How you guys doing? Okay, well, you know how people in the movie industry think they're all perfect?
Huh.
Well, they're not, and I'm going to show you a website tonight that's dedicated to pointing out their mistakes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about a download that takes big things and turns them into tiny little itty-bitty things. And it even puts them back together when you're done.
It's going to be great. Stick around.
All right, thanks a lot, Morgan and Kat. By the way, people in the television industry think they're perfect, too. Let's begin by taking a look at the top technology-related stories of the day. Let's start out with Mouse Elbow from UK newspaper The Independent, warning video games may be bad for your health. Yet again, a study released by the medical journal Pediatrics International concludes that prolonged gaming sessions can lead to a wide range of physical ailments from, quote, mouse elbow to the dreaded joystick digit. According to the study, 20% of child gamers experience significant muscle stiffness, some so severe that the shoulder blade had become displaced. Concerned parents are calling for health warnings on video games similar to those on packs of cigarettes. No word yet on whether research has discovered a cure for joystick digit or its crippling counterpart, quake butt.
What is that ailment again?
Quake butt.
Okay. In related news, not only are video games going to kill you, but so is sleep. According to a study published, no kidding, in the Archives of General Psychiatry, 8 hours of sleep or more equals a shorter life. So what does that mean for the avid gamer who regularly stays up till 3 in the morning playing SSX Tricky? On one hand, he risks losing the use of his right arm, but only getting 4 hours sleep, he may very well live forever. You make the call.
It's a good trade-off. Internet Bride from AnnaNova.com. Now for a special Screensavers news update here. A few weeks ago, we reported that a 24-year-old British woman was auctioning her hand in marriage, I suppose the rest of her body, online to the highest bidder. Shockingly enough, the auction has run into its share of setbacks. First, a number of bids for £1 billion were found to be bogus. Then things started to look brighter when two would-be hubbies named Ben Webb and Andrew 1901 entered into a £250,000 bidding war. But sadly, it was revealed this weekend that these two bids were phony as well. You know, it sort of makes you wonder, what kind of a sick world do we live in where a woman can't sell her love to a complete stranger for a suitcase full of cash over the internet? Not any world I want to live in, pal.
Really? She didn't look any more than maybe 130 pounds. You're saying £1 million?
You know, I'm going to place a bid. It seems like it's open.
Oh.
Our online poll question for you today is, will replay TV, you know, like the TiVo box, kill television as we know it? Yes or no? Got 24 hours to vote, so right now go to thescreensavers.com and express yourself. And now we go to Totowa, New Jersey, where David joins us on the telephone. What's up, David?
Hey, Martin. Hey, Chris. How you doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Doing
How are
good.
you?
I'm doing just great.
Great.
How can we help you this evening?
Well, I bought a new hard drive, and I want to transfer all the files from the hard drive I have on my computer now onto this new one.
Of course.
Makes sense.
And you don't know how to go about doing this?
Not a clue.
Okay, I'm going to give you the easiest possible way that you can do this, but you're going to have to spend a little bit of cash. Are you up for that?
Sure, why
All
not?
right, it's not much. It's actually a good deal. Company called Eisenberg Software, I think. They make a product called Aloha Bob. Here's their homepage right here. This Aloha Bob thing, it automatically is going to transfer everything on your current computer over to that new hard drive without you having to do nary a thing. You're going to have to spend $40 though if you get the download version, $50 if you want a box copy. I'll just step you through the process here. Here's the first screen you're going to see. All you got to do is establish a connection. You can either do it through the parallel port or USB or over a network, okay? Those three things. And now it's not going to come with a USB cable, so you might have to go spend a little bit of extra cash for that. So all you have to do is then click to the next process in there, and it's going to start scanning the source PC, which is your old PC. That's what you want to copy over the target PC. And look, it's just 2 more steps. It's going to start copying. It's going to take a little while to transfer everything over there. And then your final step is, congratulations, the process completed successfully. It's that simple. You literally have to do nothing more than plug a cable in to each computer and click next a few times.
That's as easy as it is. If you want to take a geekier way and don't want to spend the money, there's a utility called Xcopy. It comes with just about every version of Windows.
Right.
It's a command line utility, so it doesn't have the bells and whistles like Aloha Bob, but it is free. You can do a search on Google for Xcopy and pull up many sites that will explain to you exactly which switches you want to add to that, and a switch being like a /S or a /P. That would help define exactly how that Xcopy would be used. It is a geekier route, but it is the cheaper route. My vote, as Martin had said, was to be sticking with Aloha Bob. It'll probably do you better.
Yeah, if you want to spend the $40, this is the way to go. It's simple. Simple.
Super.
All right. Hey, if you want to ask your question on the air, thank you for the call, David. Give us a call on the telephone at 888-989-7879.
Hey, that's our number, too. You can send us a fax here on the screensavers at 415-437-5869.
And, of course, as always, you can chat with us at techtv.com/chat.
Well, simple enough. And if you appear on the show via Netcam, you get the ENunn.
Maganet.
That's how you pronounce it over here.
We say it Maganet.
Oh, Maganet. Okay, well, today our fridge picture features the ultimate collection of video gaming stuff from Tristan in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
What a nerd.
Ooh, Halo.
Nerd.
Is that
After
the Xbox
break.
game?
Yeah, I think so. You got everything. Wow, what a setup.
I want that.
After the break, report for basic computer training. Pirillo's going to do the boot camp when the Screensavers continues.
Private Pirillo.
On the next Call for Help.
Aren't you tired of your desktop looking like everybody else's? Well, this is the show for you. We can help you trick out your PC by making your own custom icons, yo. And we've got the guy from Analog X coming in. He's created a special download just for you, and it's free. Plus, Allie can help you make money, really, or get money. And she's uncovered some good online loan rates for you.
Call for Help, weekdays at 5, 4 Central, only on TechTV.
Hey, Jim, you hear about Chanco Wireless?
I just ordered 200 shares.
I went for 300. I locked in at 25.10.
I got it for 25.05.
But we ordered at the same time.
That's too bad.
Well, why did your broker get it cheaper?
Because Ameritrade doesn't play favorites. They go to multiple market centers to look for the best price.
Well, my broker does that. Don't they?
I don't know. Some brokers buy from networks they own. Sometimes they sell you stock out of their own portfolios. And sometimes when you're really mad, your neck gets all blotchy.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Fine. Attention, everybody. Please do not talk to Tom about his unfortunate stock purchase. See you later.
Switch to Ameritrade for better order routing. Open your account today and get 25 commission-free trades. Restrictions apply. For details, visit Ameritrade.com.
Nickel for your thoughts?
This program brought to you in part by IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level.
Think of e-business as a game. You got players, you got management. You got opponents who don't always play by the rules. This game takes strategy and the ability to move that metaphorical ball that is information with more money on the line than in any other game that's ever been played. E-business isn't just a game, it's the game. So if you're going to play, play to win.
Reviews and previews of the hottest computer games. Extended play, Friday at 8:30, 7:30 Central, only on TechTV's Tech Prime. Every day, technology changes.
Every night, we bring it to you.
Now, Tech Live advances to prime time. Hot topics.
That kind of thinking has revolutionized NASA.
Hard news.
You'll recall the crash of American Airlines Flight 587 in New York.
Your money.
New York 82000.
New products.
It's got a nice color display.
And the cutting edge of technology. Only one source is on top of it all.
Tech Live in prime time.
Weeknights at 9 Eastern and Pacific, only on TechTV.
You know, I'm from Iowa, and I've never had a hat like that. It's time for boot camp, where we answer your basic computer questions, something I'm used to over on my show, Call for Help. Let's start off with a tip. Now, you've probably surfed the web before, as most people that have been online have, but you may have run into a page that doesn't want to cooperate with your font settings. Specifically, like this one that I've got loaded up right now. I can go in and change the font size to the largest font, but watch what happens. Nothing. I've got it set to largest, but nothing happens. I'll set it to smallest, and still nothing changes. So let's set it back to medium. That's where it is by default. Here is how you make font on any page agree with your particular settings. Click Tools, Internet Options. Now, you could also get to this little icon in your control panel, too. Now, you click the Accessibility button. Then take the third option where it says Ignore font sizes specified on web pages. And as long as you've got the check mark in there, you press OK. Then you press OK again. Did you see the font change back here? Let me show you again to show you. We'll go largest. And look at that. It changes. So instead of going by whatever the web designer said, I want the font to be set at this size, you can change it to however you want it. If you like it small, you can keep them small all the time. You like them large because you got vision issues, you can keep them large. That's the way you do it. Again, Tools, Internet Options, the Accessibility button. Now, that's going to be on the first tab, the General tab. And then you can even go in, if you, let's say you like Arial or Times New Roman, you can even tell them, the web pages, to ignore the font styles. And the font style being like bold, italic. You could even ignore the font colors if you want yours to be black all the time, or if you want yours to be white. Of course, if I were you, I would honestly just keep the check mark in this one unless you're having other particular issues. But this is where you're going to do it, in the accessibility portion of the Internet Options. And I've found that this will get around most, if not all, of those font formatting problems that you'll run into as you're surfing the web. It also applies to any mail client that actually uses Internet Explorer as an HTML rendering engine. Like if you use Internet Explorer in Eudora, or specifically in Outlook or Outlook Express, it will also work for those. So you'll have full font control no matter what you're using. Right now, John joins us on the phone from Baltimore, Maryland. John.
Yes. My question is, what would be the best PDA to buy and why?
Okay, jumping right into it. Okay, so what do you use for email?
For email, I use AOL.
Okay, AOL. That's the reason why I ask that is because that's probably the largest reason why people get a PDA, also known as a personal digital assistant. You're wanting to know whether it's smart to get Palm, a certain type of Palm, or maybe a Pocket PC?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a particular reason, or is there something that you're looking for in a PDA? What do you want it to do?
I was really hoping for something that I could use, like, somewhat of, like, internet access, like I could buy a modem or something for.
Okay, I gotcha. Palm has just released a new model that has that built-in wireless connectivity, but of course, you know, a Palm is going to be limited by the software that's available for it. I personally, and this is just my choice, I've been using a Pocket PC for a little while, and I've actually got what they call a compact flash. This is an 802.11b card that allows me to connect. As long as there's a wireless network in the area, I could connect online. Now, you could also get a Palm device that has a compact flash in it if the Pocket PC isn't for you. And since you use AOL, there's really no reason why you'd want to have a Pocket PC. The Pocket PC is really designed more for people who use Outlook for managing their contacts, their appointments. But if all you're talking about is connectivity to the internet, like checking your email, and I'm not sure if you can do that, if you can check your AOL email. I know you can do it through the web, but I'm not sure if there's an application specifically set up for the Palm device. But I would say the Palm is going to be a cheaper option for you. And if you're looking for one, and it was actually a company from Iowa, amazingly enough. What is it? Handera.com. Head over here if you can, John. Handera.com. They make a Palm device that I want to say has a compact flash slot in it. It used to be known as the TRG Pro, and there you go. Look at that. Wi-Fi compatibility. There's your wireless internet access. Now, again, you could get online as long as there's an access point somewhere. So if you're walking around the area, you could check Google for maybe any wireless networks that might be in the neighborhood. You could also even use a laptop and kind of go looking around for them as you're driving around neighborhoods. It's kind of an unofficial way of doing it. Of course, you'd want to get permission if you're accessing someone's internet account. That's the nice way to do it. Not that everybody does it, but anyway, that's the way you're going to want to go. I'd say stick with a Palm for now. If you're looking for good connectivity and expansion options, go with something that's going to be able to let you expand, and not only memory-wise. The Handera is your choice. Again, for what you want. See, I carry my MP3s on this as a compact flash, 128 megabytes. And in fact, today only, if you can get there before Staples closes, they've got a special, like $20 off of a $20 off, making a total for $23. You can get a 64 meg compact flash card or smart media card. And you could use this, you can interchange it with your Palm or Pocket PC device as long as it can handle compact flash, digital cameras, or whatever it happens to be. So I like keeping an eye on those specials. I like getting memory for cheap. It's a good thing. Thanks for the call, John. We appreciate it. Coming up next, tear your documents into itty-bitty little pieces with a download of the day when the screensavers continues. Stick around.
If you right-click and choose Line Up Icons, you just move the icons to their nearest point on an invisible grid. If you choose to arrange icons by any of the choices, they line up on the left side of the screen.
What's up, Mr. Foster?
I go in for a PC, I come out with a migraine. You ask for this, all they have is that. Makes your head spin.
Well, your computer quandary is easily solved by the folks at Dell. Just call or go online. They'll help you figure it out, so you know what you're getting and what you're getting it for.
So none of this?
Nope, just the perfect PC for you at the right price for you.
Oh, I'm feeling better already.
Good.
Steven, isn't this your father's car?
No.
Right now, a complete Dimension desktop with an Intel Pentium 4 processor delivering performance where you need it most is just $7.99. There's great deals on notebooks, too. And why wait? Because for a limited time, you can get a free CD burner upgrade.
You're gonna say it, aren't you?
Oh, he knows.
Easy to buy, easy to own, easy as Dell. Dell PCs use Intel Pentium 4 processors.
Technology and the internet have revolutionized music, and keeping up with the beat is Audiophile, the only show that plugs you into the technology that makes your music. Every week, Liam Makelem and Chris Kosach travel the globe to bring you artist profiles, product reviews, and the latest music trends. Audiophile, Thursday at 8:30, 7:30 Central, only on TechTV's Tech Prime.
Yes, we're on TV every single stinking day, even on President's Day. If you want to check out what's coming up this week, and every other week for that matter, head on over to thescreensavers.com. We've got the full schedule laid out right there for you, so you can set your PVR to record us in order to watch the show over and over and over and over, and you get the point. Now Morgan and Martin.
All right, well, Megan took the day off, kind of like Leo and Patrick. So Morgan is here with one of her favorite downloads. Don't you get the feeling that, like, there's some party somewhere and we just didn't get invited?
Not invited,
like, everyone's
for some
gone,
reason.
and I'm here doing the download of the day with Morgan Webb. But I'm very
Wouldn't
excited
you
about it.
rather
I'd rather
be
be here than at that fun party.
All right, I have a problem for you.
Okay, I have a lot of problems for you, but go ahead.
This is a big one, though. Okay, I downloaded the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 demo version. You can get it like on anywheredownload.com.
Great game.
Great game. You know, you only get to play the first level, but it's 28 megabytes.
It's huge.
It's huge. And I have another problem. I don't have a CD burner on my computer. I don't have a zip drive. I have a floppy drive.
Oh, you're kidding. What kind of a system do you have?
I have a good processor. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that I have a solution, is to break up the file into a lot of little pieces. You know, so then I can put them on a bunch of little floppies. I can stick them in my machine and copy all the contents over. And then I can have the file.
I don't know if this is much of a solution. What you're telling me is you can use 29 floppy disks.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
I've actually chosen an extreme example, but,
Okay.
you know.
So, yes, but I take your point. Let's take a look
also, Hotmail accounts, I just want to add, like, you can only add, like, the attachment up to 1 megabyte.
That's right.
So if you're trying to, like, add, like, a 2 megabyte picture, email that to someone, it's not going to work.
Right, that's a problem I have a lot of time. I want to send a huge file to somebody, but it doesn't accept that huge file over the system.
Bounces it back.
So what do we do about it? You got
So we
Mac
have
Splitter.
Mac Splitter, and you can, of course, find the link to this at screensavers.com. And it's really easy. All you do is you just tell it the file you want to split. I want to split it into 5 pieces. I'm going to output it into this folder I'm going to have on my desktop.
You can also output it directly into a floppy, and it'll fill up the floppy and then ask you for another one and just do it up until it's filled up.
I see.
So it's really floppy friendly. I think it's a pretty helpful file.
So now we split it into 5 pieces. It's now completely split. And those 5 much more manageable pieces. But here's a question for you.
Here's my pieces.
All right.
You have 2 options to put it back together. You can either include the application itself, which is about 600K. It's a really small, tiny little thing. Or it'll put a batch file in there for you, and you just click on the batch file, and it's going to put them back together.
So if I were to send these files to somebody, I would just include the batch file, and all they'd have to do is double-click on it. It would reassemble, reconstitute that file.
Exactly. You just click on it. It does its little thing, and you have your file.
I think it's a really cool application because I used to use things like whale mail to send stuff, but it wasn't always that reliable.
Yeah.
I think this is the way to go.
Very cool little thing.
Mac Splitter,
I've used this for years. It's free. You can buy a professional version for a couple more dollars, but the demo version is free.
The demo version seems to do everything we want it to do.
It's everything. It does everything you want it to do.
All right. Well, Morgan, thanks very much. And maybe Megan should take more vacations. That was a great download of the day.
Martin.
Hey, get the link to this download at thescreensavers.com, Mac Splitter. And you can always email Morgan at morgan@techtv.com.
That's right.
Thanks a lot.
Attention.
Great job. Up next, Kevin Mitnick is back, and we'll find out what he thinks about Microsoft's security crackdown, privacy online, and a whole lot more when Screensavers comes back.
For everyone.
So we're expanding our e-commerce site. Traffic's growing, huge market. We needed more servers, more bandwidth, more everything. And we had to hit quick. Buying servers and co-locating wouldn't work. Too slow. Who has 6 weeks? You know who I called? Rackspace. Because Rackspace Managed Hosting does it all. I called Rackspace and boom. Next day, our site's up on managed servers in their data center. Totally secure, no hassles. And they supported us 24/7, guaranteed. No long-term contracts, no equipment to buy, no nothing. Look, if you need web servers with serious bandwidth, and especially if you need web servers fast, you need to call Rackspace right now. You'll be on the web, same day, instantly expandable, 1 server or 20. Check them out. Call 1-800-961-2888 or go to rackspace.com for the whole story. Rackspace, it's how you get web servers now.
Want to get the most from your DirecTV experience? Now you can pay your monthly bill, change your programming package, order pay-per-view movies and events at directv.com. Enjoy an exciting array of features that will enhance your DirecTV experience. directv.com. More choice, better service, ultimate customer care.
Trio is the premier popular arts channel, delivering original programming like no other channel. Groundbreaking stage productions, incredible music, global fashion, premiere films, and pop culture that resonates. Trio, popular arts television.
On TechTV, it's an inside look at the latest breakthroughs changing your world. From transportation to communication, from sports to medicine, see what the future holds. Tomorrow's World, tonight at 6:30, only on TechTV. Television about technology.
And welcome back to the Screensavers. I'm Martin Sargent. Coming up in this half hour, Chris Pirillo shows us his favorite Windows tweak sites. Plus, Brett Larson will bring us the new Power Mac G4 hot off the production line. With us today to talk about the latest security topics and concerns is reformed hacker and security specialist, our good friend Kevin Mitnick. Welcome back to the
Good to be here,
Kevin. Always great to have you. Now let's just jump right into this and start out with the big man himself, Bill Gates. Microsoft says that they've taken off the entire month of February. They're not going to do any new coding to focus on security issues within their products. And this begs the question, is it possible for Microsoft to get it right? They take the month off, or are they going to finally close all the holes and not have any new ones pop up?
Well, I look at it this way. I think the bottom line is, the way I like to phrase it, is just as the criminal mind cannot resist temptation, the hacker mind will always find a way in. And no matter what Microsoft does, there's always going to be vulnerabilities. But it's good that they're going to the trouble of actually trying to audit their code to minimize those vulnerabilities. But I really look at the issue as you always have to assume, software is developed by people. People make mistakes. There's flaws. So what I think that industry, the business industry, and even the home users need to probably concentrate on is detecting attacks and assuming that an attack will always occur, detect the presence of it so they could react to it in a timely fashion to avoid damage.
Do you think it's a long time coming? I mean, should Microsoft have done this 10 years ago? Have they really not paid as much attention as they should have to security?
No, they should have been paying attention to this when they were developing their code from the beginning. To have security is like kind of a Band-Aid approach now, but to really have good security architecture is to develop it from the ground up. And of course, Microsoft is now patching. And I think a lot of this has to do with several months ago, I think it was Gartner Group released a statement, advising their clients to switch to Linux because Microsoft's IIS was just insecure. They said, don't use IIS unless Microsoft does a complete rewrite. And ever since that press release, Microsoft is really starting to take, trusting computing seriously.
Yeah, that's what they call it, trustworthiness. Bill Gates sent out a memo to everyone at Microsoft, every full-time employee at Microsoft, and said, trustworthiness is now our #1 priority. It's not .NET anymore. It's not the internet. Every once in a while, Bill Gates sends one of these memos out, sort of like a pep rally. But, how much of this is just, you said the Gartner Group put out that statement. How much of this is PR?
I think there's a good portion to that. And I think the question is can a company develop a truly secure operating system? I think MIT tried this with Multics back in the 70s, and you never hear about Multics today.
No.
And I don't really think it's possible to develop an operating system that is just completely foolproof. There's no such thing as 100% security. It's like think about this. Do you think if you go to your local hardware store and buy a medical lock? Now, medical locks are known for being pick-proof. That if you install a medical lock on your front door and your back door, that a burglar or somebody that really wants to get in your house, that you're going to be able to stop them, they'll go through the window. They'll crack the code for your garage door opener. They'll always find a way in. So what you have to do is detect it and do damage control as quickly as possible.
Yeah, but that thief might see that there's a medical lock on there and decide to go to another house. But with this, it's different. Here's what I think is going to happen. Microsoft is going to spend the whole month trying to patch everything up, saying Microsoft products are now really secure. This is going to be seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're a former hacker. This is going to be an invitation to the hackers to say, okay, Microsoft, you've spent a whole month doing this. We're going to prove that you were wasting your time. We're going to find the holes in there now.
Just like with Oracle. Remember Larry Ellison said, Unbreakable was a marketing campaign for his Oracle server, and I think some guys at Stake found several security holes. There's no such thing as perfect security. It just does not exist.
How much of a thrill do hackers get, especially after something like this goes on, where they spend the whole month? And
it's like king of the mountain. They want to be king of the mountain, so they want to get to the top. So they want to show that the best and brightest minds in security make mistakes as well. That there's no foolproof solution.
Let's shift gears a little bit. Online privacy in general. A lot of news has come out recently, like SafeWeb.
Right. Remember, Anonymizer is big. SafeWeb. There's a lot of these anonymizer engines.
These are ways that you can supposedly surf the web and not have anyone know what sites you go to. And it's particularly important in people who live in countries with malevolent governments like China.
Right,
where
Saudi
you
Arabia.
could get put in jail for going to certain sites. But then SafeWeb recently announced, I'm not sure if you read the article or not, that there's a hole in this.
Well, actually, what SafeWeb was do is to protect, because countries for censorship and also privacy, so you can surf, any website without revealing who you really are. And these researchers, I think one guy from the Privacy Foundation, and I forgot the other gentleman's name, actually discovered not only through a JavaScript vulnerability can you determine the IP address. Like if you're a website operator, you can just insert some JavaScript code, and you can determine the IP address. But you can not only do that, you can steal. What they do is they store their cookies in one master cookie, and they can steal that cookie, and then you can actually get every cookie of that particular surfer, whatever website they visited. You can get all the cookies, and not only that, which really surprised me, is there was a vulnerability which you could find every URL or every site that person went to subsequently in that safe web session. You can steal the URL and effectively spy. It's like a piece of spyware where we can spy on wherever they go afterwards.
This is crazy because, in effect, what happens now is...
So it's less security than using it in the first place.
If you're using safe web, you're less secure if someone targets you who knows what they're doing.
What you really have to do is turn off JavaScript. There's no good way of protecting your privacy going through these anonymizers without... You have to turn off JavaScript and active scripting.
Okay, how about let's move on to the hacker group, the Cult of the Dead Cow. They've been working on this thing for, what, a year, 2 years, called Peekabooty. What is Peekabooty?
I really didn't have time to really research that. I'm not really sure, so I wouldn't know how to answer that. But I heard of it, but I haven't.
Well, from what I understand, it's picking up where safe web sort of failed. It's a means of surfing the internet and have total cloaking, like you're in a Romulan ship or something like that. We'll have to test it out. We should test it out and come back and give us a report about it.
Yeah, I'd be very interested.
What do you think of the Cult of the Dead Cow?
Right now,
so that's right. You're not allowed to do that.
Banned, but
the man is holding you down.
Has their thumb on me.
What do you think of the Cult of the Dead Cow in general? Are they good guys or bad guys?
Well, I don't really know. I know their reputation. That I know about Back Orifice, and they released Back Orifice a while ago, and that was a pretty interesting program, but I really don't know them personally. Okay. I just know of their reputation, so I wouldn't know how to answer that.
You know, all of this sort of raises the issue. What if, let's go back to Microsoft. What if all Microsoft software were open source, like in the Linux community? Would that make software more secure or less secure? Because Microsoft has recently said, they used to say open source was anti-American. I think that's a direct quote, but now they're sort of lightening up a little. They've actually let about 150 lines of Windows CE code out into the public.
Right, I think it would be more secure because of peer review, but because of their business model, they want to make profit, so putting their code out in an open source environment, they're not going to reap the same profits. So Microsoft's a profit-oriented, well, every company is profit-oriented, but they're more concerned with making profit than probably security. But just think of it. I'm a real advocate of open source, because if everything was open source back in my day, I would have never gotten in trouble.
That's right. Right. You'd be able to use a computer now.
That's right.
You wouldn't have been on the run and been in jail.
My whole case was looking at source code. Right? So, of course, I'm a source code advocate. But I think it does lend to peer review, just like with cryptography. Like, programs like PGP, pretty good privacy. I think it gets a reputation for being a solid, security product or in cryptography tool from being able to have peer review. So if there's any security vulnerabilities, it will come to somebody's attention, and then they'll fix that vulnerability.
Well, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens after Microsoft's month of diligent work.
Do you really believe everybody in that company is taking it? I don't
want to ask you. No, that's why I asked you if it's PR.
There's only a small group.
It's
These
PR.
guys,
everyone?
Yeah,
no,
I don't think so. I think maybe they set aside a small group of people, because remember, it's the guy who claimed they're doing this is from the privacy division or department.
That's right. It's that department. They call it the Trustworthiness Initiative.
Yeah, so maybe people in that department have taken the month off, but it's really hard to believe the whole company is shut down at creating new software, adding new features just for security. It's probably a PR move, but I don't know.
It's nonsense. Microsoft is too profit-oriented to do something like shut down every operation to patch up all the holes.
What do you believe?
Here's a funny quote, though, from Richard Purcell, the guy who runs that division of Microsoft. Right. He says, Bill Gates is, quote, really annoyed by all the incredible pain we put everyone through in computing. I guess that sums up what a lot of our viewers have been saying for a long time. Hey,
blue screens of death.
Kevin Mitnick, always great to have you on the Screensavers. Thank you so much. And if you're craving to be secure, you can find Kevin's favorite security website in our show notes at thescreensavers.com. See you soon, man. After the break, the top 5 Windows tweak sites according to Chris Pirillo. Stick around.
Tonight on the Screensavers.
Coming up on the next Screensaver.
I'm back again. Pat and Leo are still on their secret mission, so I'm taking over.
No, I'm taking over, and we'll be talking about security.
That's right. Martin Mulchandani of Oblix talks about why companies are focusing so much on security.
We got Mulchandani and Mark Thompson of Analog X. We'll show you how to monitor incoming and outgoing traffic to the internet.
All that on the next
Screensaver.
The Screensavers. Tonight at 7, 6 Central, only on TechTV's Tech Prime.
Honey, you're going to be late for your interview.
I'm ready. Hair Club has been helping millions of people get educated on hair loss and what options actually work. Hi, I'm here for the interview.
Oh, why don't you have a seat over there with the other applicants?
Hey, what are you looking at?
It'll only be a minute.
When you absolutely need to make a good impression, call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB for the answers to thinning hair.
It's time you expected more from an insurance company. So call Progressive Auto Insurance, and we can give you our low price, plus the rates for up to 3 leading competitors. And that could save you hundreds.
We want you to save money, even if it's not with us.
It's time you expected an easier way to buy car insurance. Because at Progressive.com, you can get a quote and buy a policy instantly. In fact, our website is so fast and easy to use, it's been rated #1 4 times in a row. It's time you expected faster claim service. At Progressive, our immediate response vehicles can come right to you. They're like a claims office on wheels.
We make getting back on the road fast and easy.
Visit Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today for fast, friendly service 24 hours a day. We want you to save money, even if it's not with us.
Okay, maybe we're not changing the world, but we are changing the way people buy car insurance.
You could start saving now. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or visit Progressive.com. Progressive, not what you'd expect from an insurance company.
Information hijacking, identity fraud, internet overload. The world of technology is spawning a new type of crime. Your best protection? Information. With breaking news, in-depth reports and analysis, Alex Wellen and Jennifer London guide you through the digital dark side. A new type of criminal, a new type of crime. Know the risks with cybercrime. Cybercrime, Tuesday at 8:30, 7:30 Central, only on TechTV's Tech Prime. Technology changed today. Were you watching? This is Tech Live.
Welcome back to Tech Live.
The only show custom built to cover technology with experts in every corner. Money news, product reviews, health, and headlines. Live, on air, online.
Welcome to Tech Live.
From the network you count on for technology news and information. Tech Live, today at 4 and tonight at 9, only on Tech TV.
Here at the Screensavers, we try to be hip to the scene. So this week's Super Geek Challenge is Tech Trends 2001. The year's almost over. Prove you were paying attention by taking the quiz, and you could win cool stuff. Like this ever-trendy black and green Screensavers t-shirt. It's all at thescreensavers.com. Back to you, boys.
Thank you, Trendy Cat.
Yeah. You know, Marty,
What's that, Chris?
I've got a list of my own.
No.
Yes, I do. It's not as flashy as willy-nilly as yours can get.
Of course not.
It's a little more practical. As a matter of fact, I'd like to start by saying, apparently I repeated Leo's boot camp tip, so I'm going to make up for that right now. A quick way you can get to the log-on screen in Windows XP is using the Windows key L.
Bonus tip.
Right there. And you can get to the screen. If you have a password, then you'd have to enter in there in order to log in again, but Leo doesn't have
What did you just do?
here.
You did Windows key L.
Windows key L.
Windows key L. Look at that. Press
Get you right there.
the Windows login screen.
That's how you do it. So there's a simpler boot camp. Sorry, Leo.
All right, but now you're going to do a list, and I guarantee you, you're not going to repeat a list that I've done because I don't do anything practical. And this is supposed to be practical. What is it?
Well, it's not practical, but there's a place for everything. It's a good thing. Some people are, white hats. Apparently, I'm white socks. I didn't realize that they'd be showing. Okay, so Windows users, there's a lot of them out there. So this day, I'm presenting the top 5 Windows tip sites. And to start with, and by the way, these are in just miscellaneous order because they're all great
Not necessarily
websites.
ranked, the top 5 Windows tip and tweak sites.
That's right. Starting with regedit.com. Of course, people know regedit as the registry editor. .exe, though, of course, in Windows. This is at regedit.com. And here, you're going to be able to delve into everything, whether it's related to hardware, software, network, security. And actually, there's another website, too. I'll have to put in the show notes as a bonus, trustworthycomputing.com. if you do a search for that.
Trustworthy
talking
computing.
about Microsoft.
They're ripping off the Microsoft Trustworthiness Initiative.
Exactly. Try that. Trustworthycomputing.com. It's
so
wonderful.
regedit.com is it's tips, tweaks, downloads, everything?
Yeah, everything you needed to do to tweak XP all the way down to C.
That's really cool. It's regedit.com. Let's move on to number 4,
All right. This is another one. This is aumha.org. And all this is just a collection of links that basically deal with different Windows support sites. It's a one-page, it's a great homepage, if you will, for a one-stop shop for all sorts of
really
people
cool.
ask questions all the time.
This
How do you
is
do the
great.
cascading
This
start
is
menu?
great.
Restore the new command, enable or disable auto run. All of these links on one page, including articles and FAQs, frequently asked questions, how-to articles, registry patches, a big old knowledge base, and look at that, freeware.
I love this site. I mean, really, in one afternoon, you click on all these links, you become a Windows tweak expert.
That's right. That's all it takes.
All right. How about
Now,
number 3? Number 3.
This one's web address is a little odd since it's at AOL.com, but let me tell you, this guy has got the most extensive tips website on the web. Axel 216. He's got everything, and this guy's been doing covering Windows stuff forever.
He's a real dynamo at web design, too,
Oh, yeah.
huh?
Well, I don't know if I'd agree necessarily with his web design stuff, but he's got links that go all the way back, and each page details how you go through each particular tip, and again, that looks very geeky, but he also makes them all available in a download so you can read them offline.
As zip, so it's easy to download. That's a pretty tricky URL, but of course, you can go to screensavers.com and get the link to that site. Why don't we move right on to the number 2 Windows tip and tweak site, Chris Pirillo?
Warp2search.net. Now, this one isn't so much having a database of tips per se, but these guys, every single day, I swear I check this every hour, and there's always something new. So they're telling us there's a Microsoft group policy object tool, telling you a little more about that. Ooh, just released for system administrators to stop the SMMP service, or at least the hole that they've had with that.
Right.
Going into all the latest gaming information news, there's a new overclockers tool that's available. Warp2search.net is where you want to go. Absolutely wonderful website with all the latest news, views, reviews.
Chris
links.
Pirillo's favorite site. Checks it almost every hour on the hour. And the number 1, although they're not in any sort of order, Windows tips and tweaks site.
That's
according
right.
to Chris Pirillo is what?
This is xptools.tripod.com, and the URL, again, could throw you off a bit, but it's got all sorts of interesting, like articles, news, as it says here in the links, but you could go in through here and check out, especially if you use Windows XP, because you really wouldn't want to visit it unless you did. But you can get into the basics. There's that, remember that lock workstation thing that I was telling you about?
This is what Chris just showed, Windows key plus L. Well, look at all, there's about 15 other key commands here, maybe
All
20,
sorts of good
30
stuff.
different key commands here. Teach you how to do all those different things.
That's right.
It's a
XP
great
tools,
site.
links, and I'm telling you, this thing is absolutely, it's very extensive, especially if you're just getting started in Windows XP, or you're thinking about going to Windows XP and want to know what it can do over other versions.
Chris, that was a really great list. I mean, this is how Patrick, Leo, and Chris, they don't just come up with this stuff when they're sleeping at night. They go to all these things. This is how you become a Windows expert. The people who write these things are the best in the field. So go check them out. We have all the links at thescreensavers.com for all the Windows tweak tip sites. And you've got an article up there.
That's right. Very short article, because the links are the things that are selling. In fact, I've got a couple of extra bonus links. If I don't there now, I'll add a couple so that everybody who goes there will be happy.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chris. Let's go to College Park, Maryland. It's Brain on the phone. No, it's Brian on the phone.
Or Brainy Brian.
They said Brain. Hey, you have a question for us tonight, Brian?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing well, man.
All right. My question is, I have a Linksys Ethernet wireless router.
Uh-huh.
And my roommate actually has an Apple iBook.
Oh, okay.
And if he enters, or rather, if he buys and puts in the Apple airport card, is that going to be able to work on the Linksys router? I know the router is 802.b11 or 802.11.b.
You got it right there.
Yeah, it should.
Did you have something?
No, but I'm wondering about the sort of living situation here. Are you a college student?
Well, I have roommates. I'm not really a college
Okay,
student.
so range isn't an issue. It's not, you don't want to share with the guy up the block.
No,
okay,
just
so
within the house
proximity is
itself.
cool.
The basic answer is yes. You should be able to connect that the air card in the iMac to the router. You say you have the Linksys wireless access point.
Correct.
You should be good to go because
this is a standard.
Yeah, it's
it doesn't matter if it's Apple or on the PC side or the Linux side or whatever. It's just a standard. 802.11b is cross-platform. It works with everything. Even Chris was talking before about his Pocket PC. That's got an 802.11 card in, so he could come over to your house
and get online
and join the network.
Now, the one
Not
thing
that you'd want him in your house, believe me.
And you can do this, again, with any type of device. That router is relatively device independent, as long as it is Wi-Fi compatible, which, of course,
Wi-Fi is sort of the
English name.
Yeah, it's the PR name for 802.11b. And it was really a good move that they stopped calling 802.11b because it's hard to understand.
Yeah, very hard to say. So, yeah, the short answer is yes, you should not have any problem or any issue with that particular setup. That Linksys access point, again, you were asking about range, but if it's in the same room, shouldn't be a problem.
And just so everyone out there knows what we're talking about here, 802.11b or Wi-Fi is the wireless networking standard. Really great, really one of the revolutions in computing, I think, over the past year or two. Lets you transfer files, get online without any wires at all. And it's really fast. It's Ethernet speed, up to 11 megabytes per second.
Depending on how close you are.
Yeah,
very good.
It varies. Hey, man, thanks a lot for the call, Brian.
Brainy
Sorry
Brian.
I called you Brain.
Coming up on the Screensavers, the inventor of secure shells uncovers security on the web, so stick around.
When the search tool is open in Internet Explorer, click Customize, then Use One Search Service. Now all you have to do is pick your favorite search engine, and it will appear for you every time.
Is your music collection growing out of control? Check out Home Tech.
Home Tech is brought to you by GMC. From professional-grade people come professional-grade trucks.
Some situations call for trucks with more power. So engineer Mark Ferrone and the team have made GMC Sierras the most powerful line of pickups in the world. And to help manage all that torque, they've also given Sierra technically advanced braking systems. Mark may be obsessed with power, but he's not crazy. From professional-grade people come professional-grade trucks.
If you've got a Sony Mega Changer, which holds hundreds of CDs, take a look at the Slinky hardware interface from Nervous Systems. In combination with their CDJ software, the Slinky makes managing your music collection a breeze. Slinky can hold up to 12 changers or 4,800 CDs. Daisy chain the device and control up to 96 changers. That's over 19,000 CDs. The interface is easy to work with. Create playlists by album, song title, special lyrics, whatever. You can also add album covers to your database or drag and drop custom artwork from the web. Slinky can be configured to be controlled by other computers around the house, but it's fairly difficult. The Slinky is priced at $250. If you own a Sony Mega Changer, it's well worth the money.
TechTV and the Consumer Electronics Show, showing you the hottest new products and must-haves of the new year. And this year, TechTV congratulates Lead Tech Research Incorporated. Their BVP 8770 video phone was named a finalist in the telephony category at TechTV's Best of CES Awards show. Congratulations, Lead Tech Research Incorporated.
Welcome back. My next guest invented the secure shell protocol for securing remote logins and founded the SSH Communication Security. Welcome to the Screensavers, Tatu Ulanen.
Yes.
Is that the name?
Yep.
It's a little difficult, but I got it. Okay, so let's start out with defining exactly what secure shells are.
Okay, the secure shell is basically it's a tool for securely using a computer over the network. You log into the computer, type your password, username, and after that, you basically have a command prompt. I can actually...
Sure. Now, you would use an SSH client instead of like a telnet client?
Yeah, it replaces telnet, but it also replaces FTP or RCP remote copy for file transfer.
Oh, okay.
Plus, it can tunnel your emails securely over the internet so you can fetch your corporate emails from anywhere without the passwords or any data ever going over the network in the clear.
So the big reason to use it then is obviously the security. How does that work exactly?
Yeah, it basically encrypts all of the communication, negotiates encryption keys, and then encrypts everything. I wrote it because there was a hacker incident where a hacker installed a password sniffer in the network, and several passwords from my company were stolen. So I wanted something that I can use myself to use the network securely, and it became pretty popular. Millions of users, maybe 10 million users now.
Now, how important would it be to someone who normally telnets in or just FTPs in? Would they want to consider using an SSH client?
Yes, it's absolutely critical. hackers stealing passwords from the network is the most critical security problem on the internet.
Okay.
It's the easiest way to break in many cases.
And it looks just like you're just on a shell,
Yeah.
command shell here.
Yeah, it's essentially a shell, but it's also file transfer, so you can
Yeah,
go
that's what
and
you're saying.
start arbitrary file transfer. You can browse files on the remote network, just go and open
I had no
something
idea.
on the
seriously.
fly. These from the remote network, you can edit them, you can copy them to the local machine, all that.
Now this sounds, I mean, we're talking about encryption, we're talking about FTP, telnet, or command line stuff. Is this really a tool for everybody out there, or?
It's for anyone who uses Unix computers or who needs access to corporate files or emails from travel securely. It's very easy to use. It was successful because it made encryption transparent. You don't need to know that it's encrypted. It's just secure. And it's actually enterprise IT departments that buy it for sometimes tens of thousands of ordinary users.
How is it encrypted? Is there a certain algorithm that it uses?
Yeah, it uses an algorithm called Diffie-Hellman and RSA encryption for the key exchange, and then AES or triple DES for the actual data encryption.
Okay, how does SSH differ from other secure shells that are out there?
Well, that's the standard.
That's it?
Yeah, I mean, all the secure shell products are based on the same protocol, which actually I developed initially back in back in '95.
That's when SSH really first came to be.
Yeah, it was the first version was published on the internet in July '95, and since then it's expanded very rapidly. Today it comes standard, for example, in every Linux distribution.
I actually had to start using SSH because they blocked Telnet, which of course is port 23.
Yeah.
SSH is one port back, port 22.
Yeah.
How difficult was it to secure that port? That's a pretty low port. I mean, that's like, you know, having a low ICQ number.
Yeah, it's a nice port number, and I just asked IANA, the Internet Assigned Numbers Authority, if I could continue using the port that we had been using for testing, and that was fine with them.
Well, that's good. Now, where would someone be able to get more information on SSH then?
It's available on ssh.com.
Okay.
You can download evaluation copies. And
so you
all
have
the information is there.
And this is what you're running right now. This is your SSH client.
Yep.
Okay, ssh.com?
Yep.
And do you have, I mean, just clients, more information?
Plus servers, clients and servers for Unix, Windows servers, and so on. You can even get it for the Nokia communicator.
No way, the cell phone?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was so cool. Tattoo, thank you so much for coming in. If you haven't tried an SSH client, tell me, you're missing out, because security is an important thing. Stay right where you are, because still to come on this very show, movie mess-ups, Return of the Jedi, Terminator, and even The Matrix have them. Checking in tonight's Sight of the Night, plus Apple has given Top Performer a makeover. See if the Power Mac G4 is worth it. Plus, did you know that you can output overflow command prompt text to a text file? Yeah, our uber geek Morgan will show us how, all that and more, as the screensavers rolls on.
Seriously? The entire hosting department quit?
They hit the lottery. They won $2.3 million each.
Wiggins, too?
Wiggins wasn't in on it, so he can still run things for us.
Need help with your IT outsourcing?
Morning, Wiggins.
EDS. IT outsourcing solved.
Bob Vila tells homeowners how to get out from under credit card debt.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila, and these are offers to get credit cards. It's pretty easy to get them, not so easy to get out from under the bills. How many credit card bills do you get each month? 3, 5, more? And how much interest are you paying? 16, 18%? Do you even know? And don't be fooled by introductory rates that only last a few months. You can eliminate those bills. You can stop paying that high interest. Here's how. Just call Home 123. The loan counselors at Home 123 will show you how to turn your high-interest credit card bills into one bill that's probably a lot less than you're paying now. And the interest may even be tax-deductible, unlike credit card interest. Imagine just one bill a month and money left in your pocket. So, if you own your own home, call Home 123 right now and discover how to get rid of all those credit card bills. Call 1-800-HOME-123 or visit us on the web at home123.com. It's how to get the money you need.
Now you can enjoy fresh vegetables and beautiful flowers without all the back-breaking work. Just call for our free Troy-Built Great Gardens catalog.
with exciting information on the Troy-Bilt Bronco and our full line of tillers. The amazing Troy-Bilt Bronco works rich organic matter into your soil for magnificent gardens and delicious vegetables. And Troy-Bilt tillers are built to last with cast iron and bronze gear-driven transmissions. No wonder we offer a limited lifetime warranty. And now for a limited time, get free financing, free shipping, and a free bumper attachment on select hardworking Troy-Bilt tillers. Learn more about the rugged Troy-Bilt Bronco. Call for our free Troy-Bilt Great Gardens catalog, loaded with gardening tips and expert advice.
For details on the entire line of Troy-Bilt tillers, call toll-free 1-800-720-1900 or log on to www.troybilt.com for 24-hour ordering.
Right here, right now.
Discover your dreams. Explore the unknown. Imagine a new tomorrow. TechTV, the new television network about technology. TechTV, television about technology.
Hey, welcome back to the Screensavers. I'm Martin Sargent.
And I'm Chris Pirillo, and we are doing our best Leo and Patrick impressions on the Screensaver.
We're trying real hard.
Coming up in this half hour, my good buddy Brett Larson will join us to show off the new Apple Power Mac G4, that dual processor thing. And Morgan has a fast and easy Windows tip that you don't want to miss.
But before all that, what do you say we check in with folks over at Tech Live to see what is coming up tonight? News anchor Michaela Pereira joins us from the Tech Live set. What's going on, Mick?
Nothing much, Martin. Nice job you guys are doing today. I've been watching. I've been enjoying the show.
You probably forgot that it wasn't Pat and Lee.
Totally forgot, because you guys look so much like them. I know. Good news, you guys. You and your dog could have something in common. Wearing ID tags. Not exactly the kind that you hang around your neck. Instead, ones that are implanted underneath your skin. Sounds a little creepy, doesn't it? Well, we're going to introduce you to a Florida family who actually wants to be the first implanted with the new technology. Also, coming up on Tech Live tonight, the highways are certainly a dangerous place, especially for truck drivers who haven't gotten enough sleep. The U.S. Department of Transportation is looking at a device that watches their eyes to sense if they're getting sleepy behind the wheel. But even with caution lights flashing in their faces, would truckers actually pull over to take a rest? We'll see. That's ahead on Tech Live, 6 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern tonight.
All right,
on Tech
thanks
Live.
a lot, Michaela. That Florida family, did you have a chance to meet them?
I didn't have a chance. No, in fact, from what I can tell, they seem like just a normal family who just wants to be part of pioneering technology.
Well, of course they do. Of course they do. Thank you very much. Be sure to watch Tech Live this evening.
That's right.
Now our news, the question of the day from Time.com, Time Magazine. If you thought Napster was the file-swapping trial of the century, get ready for Hollywood versus Replay TV. Announced last November, 3 major television studios and all 7 major movie studios are suing Sonic Blue, the makers of the Replay TV 4000 personal video recorder, over the set-top box's ability to digitally record TV shows and send them to other Replay TV boxes over the internet. Now, this wouldn't be so bad if the show sharing was limited to Replay TV owners, but a community of TV-addicted hackers have developed simple ways to crack into the Replay TV hard drive and download digital files directly to their PCs, enabling them to swap broadcast-quality commercial-free TV shows illegally over peer-to-peer networks like Morpheus and Kazaa. In fact, a posting on Slashdot contains links to a handful of these hacks, which studio reps claim to have the power to kill network television. And taking a cue from the RIAA, Hollywood is also suing popular file-swapping services Morpheus, Kazaa, and Grokster. Our question, will Replay TV kill TV? Actually, I think that it will. It will kill TV as we know it. Not Replay TV specifically, but the TiVo and all the other PVRs. Not because of anything I just said. That's a blip. That's a bunch of hackers who are just trading television shows over the internet, which is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. But what's going to happen here is, as everyone starts to get one of these TiVo boxes, and if you have one, you know that it completely changes the way you watch TV. The guy who lives in my basement, McNubbins, he's got one. Guy never watches a commercial. He just flipping through. He doesn't watch a commercial.
Darn it, McNubbins!
Everyone has one of these things, and I think everyone will have a PVR coming in the future. Don't you think so, Chris?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, we're no longer going to be watching TV for the TV shows they offer. We'll actually subscribe to shows. instead of subscribing to channels.
It's going to have to be subscription-based, or, and I'm not the first one to make this claim, what's going to happen is because no one's going to be watching the television or the commercials, they're going to have to embed products into the content of the show.
I agree
They already
with you.
sort of do that now with product placement, like someone's drinking a Coca-Cola or eating, Doritos 3Ds or something like that.
And when I play on my computer, I'm always sure to use a wheel mouse.
It's going to be just like that. Or like you might, you're watching some show and Ally McBeal and you click on her shoes because you want to buy them. It's going to be that kind of thing. It's going to completely change the way we watch television.
Are you trying to click on Ally McBeal's shoes?
Not on her shoes. Brian joins us on the phone from Rock Hill, South Carolina. What's going on, Brian?
Yeah. I was wondering how to install Windows ME, take off Windows XP, because nothing I have is compatible with it.
Really? Nothing you have is compatible with it?
Yes.
Let me ask you.
Not the way it's supposed to be.
Definitely not.
Brian?
Have you actually formatted that drive as NTFS, or are you still a FAT32 drive, Brian?
I have no idea.
Okay. Quick way to check. Go ahead, open up My Computer.
Okay.
Local disk C. Let's right-click on that. Select Properties. Then up here, it should tell you your file system. If it's NTFS, it's going to be a little more complicated to actually go back to a FAT32 formatted drive. But that being said, you can do it with the tools that come with Windows. You ever heard of F-Disk before?
Heard of what?
F-Disk.
No, I haven't.
Okay. That might not be the way for you then. F-Disk is a relatively complicated old command line utility that still can be used, but it's not as simple as something like, I think it's PowerQuest's Partition Magic.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Partition Magic before, Brian?
No, I haven't.
Check it out.
First time watching the show, Brian?
No, I just don't watch it all that often.
Oh, do you watch Call for Help?
No.
Wasn't expecting that one.
Wheel of Fortune?
Here's what you want. PowerQuest.com, Brian. It's an absolutely wonderful utility. Has been from, I've been using it for years. When I need to reformat the disk and manage my partitions, this is what I use. And I specifically I'm recommending this for you since you're not that familiar with the F-Disk.
F-Disk is very dangerous in the wrong hands.
Yeah, and it's not exactly the most intuitive.
Yeah,
Well, that's what
that's what it's supposed to do. It completely wipes out everything on the hard drive.
Do you know what F stands for? Fixed.
Oh, that's not what I thought it meant.
It stands for fixed disk. Thank you so much, Brian. Now, I suppose we better check in with Kat for the sight of the night, huh?
Sight of the night with Kat.
All right. Have you ever been watching a movie and noticed something horribly wrong? By this, I mean a cameraman in the background, an actor calling an actor by their real name, someone coming out of a pool bone dry, and so on. Well, the movie industry people aren't as perfect as they make themselves out to be, and I found a website that helps us exploit them.
Wow, moviemistakes.com. Can you imagine if there was a website that pointed out the mistakes in this show? That'd be a lot of megabytes worth of storage.
Okay, so this is a database of mistakes that people have submitted. They don't verify all the mistakes, but the guy that runs it, his name is John. He puts them up there, and if anyone complains about him, then he goes and verifies them, and he doesn't put ridiculous ones up. So what's your favorite movie, or one you like?
Well, my favorite movie. I used to be a really big fan of The Bridges in Madison County. And then Mr. Holland's Opus came out, and that was a real tearjerker. But Office Space is a funny movie. How about Office Space?
So what you do is you click on O.
I get it.
And it will bring you... And it will bring you to the O page, but it's not coming up right now. So
the screensaver's effect. Everyone in our viewing audience is watching it.
The top 20 mistakes. And once you're there, it allows you to vote whether or not you think it's a great mistake or not. The number one mistake here is from Charlie's Angels. Drew Barrymore actually calls out Lucy's name instead of her name as Alex. No, I thought that was pretty good. Number 2, Titanic. One of the guys who's boarding one of the boats actually has a digital watch on. They didn't have digital watches then. Here is a ranking of how many mistakes each movie has.
Wow, look
top
at that.
20.
139 mistakes in The Matrix.
139 mistakes. Yeah, Top Gun 68.
I didn't notice any.
Yeah, well...
What state of mind was I when I was watching
Come on, I want you to show you Office Space.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess that you're just going to have to go there and
You're
check
going to have to go click on O yourself.
Click on O yourself, but, I mean, it has every movie that I've ever been...
It's funny it doesn't have Lord of the Rings up there yet because, you know, it does.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of mistakes supposedly in Lord of the Rings. In fact, some nerds found like 240 of them or something.
Nerds.
Put them up on a website.
Nerds.
Hey,
so
thank
please,
you, Kat.
you're welcome. I'd love more of your suggestions. Send them to me, kat@techtv.com, and go to the website and check out the article.
Moviemistakes.com. Up next on this show, Apple adds another brain to their new G4 Power Mac. Is it as fast as you might think? We're going to find out. Stick around.
Wednesday on Fresh Gear.
We're all about how we watch with the latest from Hollywood. No more film. And coming soon to a TV screen, HD TV. Plus the latest digital media center and the controversial PVR that allows you to share programs with your friends, along with how you can keep the family watching squeaky clean.
An all-new Fresh Gear, Wednesday at 8:30, 7:30 Central, only on TechTV's Tech Prime.
Embark on an epic journey in a mystical world unlike our own. A world in search of new heroes. Heroes that stand fast in the face of evil.
I was right behind you, Jack! Really? I was.
A new legacy is born. Rated E for everyone.
Bring 'em on!
Think of e-business as a game. You got players, you got management. You got opponents who don't always play by the rules. This game takes strategy and the ability to move that metaphorical ball that is information with more money on the line than in any other game that's ever been played. E-business isn't just a game, it's the game. So if you're going to play, play to win.
Thanks to the latest breakthroughs in hair loss technology, it's impossible to tell who is a hair club client.
I am.
And who's not. Call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB for this free hair loss book and arrange to speak to a hair loss expert today. With some of the latest breakthroughs in hair loss technology, you really can't tell you've ever had a hair loss problem. And that's the point. So call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB right now, and you'll be happy to say, I am. Call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB now.
You'd try anything to get some relief from your nasal allergy symptoms. But before you change your life, make an easier change. Ask your doctor about Flonase. Multi-symptom Flonase relieves all these nasal allergy symptoms. Sneezing, itchy, runny nose, and congestion. Multi-symptom Flonase once a day relieves them all day and night. And to help make the change even easier, call now to receive a $5 rebate coupon for Flonase, plus valuable allergy information and the latest Allergy Talk newsletter. For best results, use daily. Side effects are generally mild and may include headache, nosebleed, or sore throat. Call to learn more or ask your doctor. And don't forget to take advantage of the $5 rebate offer. So before you change your life, make an easier change. Ask your doctor about multi-symptom Flonase. When you get it all it takes is Flonase.
Scott joins us on the Intel Tech TV Netcam network from Mountain Iron, Minnesota. What's up, Scott?
Yo, Martin.
Yo, dude.
Hey, you're looking good.
Mountain Iron, huh? Big town, little metropolis over there.
Wait a second, we've got a spy in the background wearing red footy pajamas. Didn't mean to throw you off there, Scott.
So Scott, what can we help you with?
Well, yeah, I have a cable modem, and they promise, like, certain speeds and stuff. And I was wondering, is there a way I can see, like, how much speed is going through my modem at, like, a certain time?
Do you feel as though you've been bamboozled, Scott? Are you not getting the speed that was advertised?
Yeah, kind of. Sometimes it's really slow.
That's kind of average, I guess, for cable modems. What you have to remember.
My cable modem is zipping by.
Well, if you don't have anybody on your network, you pretty much got access to all the bandwidth that they're providing on your leg of the network. But cable modem.
I think that's what. I don't think too many people in my neighborhood have cable modem.
Are you actually finding? You're lucky. Are you finding the speed slow down at certain times during the day?
Yeah, like when it seems like after school and stuff. And I realized that because it's the network and everyone can log on, so it would slow down. But I just kind of want to see what speeds I'm getting. Just
that's what happens. Everyone gets home from school, they log on. Man, when we used to get home from school, we would go out and play. Now people surf the web.
I didn't even do that. I was
maybe
inside.
Watch cartoons.
I was watching cartoons.
G.I. Joe. Okay, there is a website that you can find out the speeds and the relative speeds of cable modem downloads. It's called DSLreports.com. Chris actually has it up right here. You can find your community, Mountain Iron, on here and find out how fast people in your neck of the woods are getting on their
That's
cable
right.
modems.
Here you're able to keep a history and a connection diary. You can find out all sorts of information about your connection speed. It'll tell you back-end details of the actual network, which of course you're connected to. And this is going to allow you to run through, and I'm not on the exact tool page specifically, but here you're going to be able to confer with other people who may be using your cable service too to see if they're getting same speeds and dropouts. You might think about picking up, if you're specifically downloading files, you may think of picking up a download accelerator. My favorite one is at, talk, Martin, while I think.
I'm trying to think of, how about downloadaccelerator.com? Could that be it?
No, Meta Products.
Really? I've never heard of this one. Metaproducts.com.
It's a piece of freeware. Let's see here, product update, special offers. Anyway, it's a piece of freeware that integrates within Internet Explorer. Where's the utilities?
Automated
New products.
tool.
Let's go here. It's something called
Download Express. I think it was right up at the top. Download Express.
You got it,
Download
right there.
Accelerator. It might speed up the rate at which you can download web pages and files off the internet.
Well, at least files. What it does is it splits up all the files because you usually only have 2 concurrent connections to a server.
I see.
Much
like that program that Morgan told us, splitting up the files. Kind of
Exactly.
the same thing for download.
And if you're looking to tweak that, I would actually suggest picking up the freeware tool. It's called CableNut, C-A-B-L-E-N-U-T. It runs within every version of Windows, and what that'll allow you to do is optimize your broadband connection. So DSL reports, for running some reports and getting information about stuff, CableNut.com to get a utility that will help tweak that connection, and to tweak the downloads, to split them up, to make them get combined faster. This is the one I recommend, absolutely free, something called Download Express from metaproducts.com.
Right, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. When all the kids go online, it gets a little bit slower. But man, you're too young to remember the days of 56K modems, but you should consider yourself lucky.
I remember 300 baud.
Really old school. Now let's go check out the new Power Mac G4. Oh, let's go check it out.
I was waiting for some kind of graphic, maybe with my face on
Brett
it.
Larson.
Me dancing around with the new Mac.
So last month at Macworld, Apple revealed 2 of its shiniest baubles to the Mac community, huh?
That is correct.
We're looking at the first of those, right? This is the dual
G4.
G4. Wow.
Now, the thing is, though, Marty, it was actually introduced a couple weeks ago. They didn't do it at Macworld Expo.
Oh, they didn't?
They didn't want to take the excitement away from that shiny new iMac that will be
It
shown
would have
off.
stolen all the gusto.
Yeah, and people would have been all disappointed. You know, it's just a gigahertz.
Let's talk about the dual. Okay, this is exciting. Apple's never had a dual processor in one of their machines before, have they?
They have.
They
actually. And my theory behind that is, of course, and if you ever tried to get information out of Apple, it's like pulling teeth out of a chicken.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
It's like talking to the CIA.
Yeah, they're just we don't know. So my thinking behind that is, and why they put the duals in, is because it gave them that extra speed bump that they needed, because the PCs were all at a gigahertz.
And they have a little PR problem going on here, because the Apple chips run at a lower clock speed, so people think, well, they only run at 733 megahertz.
Exactly.
Whereas I can get a 2 gigahertz on the PC side. If you actually do the benchmarks, they're about the same in terms of speed.
Yeah, they almost are. Yeah, so put your mouse down at home, Mac users, before you send me the nasty email. I'm not saying that PCs are faster, because actually they're not. When you do if you're looking at clock speed, you're going to say, wow, that PC's 2 gigahertz and my Mac is only 450 megahertz. It actually doesn't really mean anything. There's a lot more behind that than just a fancy number.
All right, so we want to talk about
Octane.
You want to talk about the numbers later? You want to talk about what else is in here now?
I think we should talk about what's in here, because that's the most exciting
there's some
part.
Crazy stuff. For example, it's got the NVIDIA GeForce 4 in there, right?
That is an option.
Yeah.
Yes, that's an expensive option, but you can get actually the newest video card. You know what I've always liked about the GeForce?
Isn't this great?
You can just pop the door open while it's on.
I hate opening up my PC case.
Yeah, it's a pain.
It drives me nuts.
And they're ugly
can't I
too.
do
But
this?
you can flip the door down. I'm sure this is something we'll see in the PC community sooner or later. They'll figure out how to put the motherboard on a door, and they'll swing it down so you Dell users can get in and change your RAM really simple. But in the meantime, you'll just have to buy a Mac to do something that convenient. So you can see in here right away. I mean, you can see the whole gut. I could spit in here and make this thing stop working if I wanted to, but I wouldn't do that. But here,
I'm going to spit in there.
we've got the NVIDIA chip. You've got all your PCI slots. It's Wi-Fi ready.
It's Wi-Fi
All you
ready.
need to do is slam in a $100 card. Try that on your PC. And you've got some RAM slots in here. It's going to come with 512 megabytes of RAM, which is actually pretty good. But I'll be honest with you, I'd get more, because at home I've got over a gigabyte of RAM in my Mac at home, and let me tell you, the thing practically leaves skid marks on the carpet.
Ew.
Yeah.
OS 10. OS 10.1.
Yes,
is it
OS
optimized for this
10.1 is
machine?
optimized for the dual processor. As far as I know, and I could be wrong, and again, I asked Apple about this, and they never got back to me, but OS 10 actually takes advantage of the dual CPUs at the system level. So you're going to see the improvements right away. You're going to throw OS 10 on here, and you're going to think, whoa, it's so snappy.
Now, as I understand, you guys, you spent the whole weekend in the labs at TechTV running the benchmarks on this thing. What did you come up with?
I wasn't part of that but you're right. They spent the whole weekend. No, we did. We looked at the numbers, and the numbers look really good. We've got some Photoshop benchmarks. That's generally the most popular thing
especially on the Mac,
to run.
sure.
And unfortunately, Photoshop's not ready for OS 10, so we couldn't do it in OS 10. We had to do it in OS 9, which is a little disappointing on Adobe's part.
Let's just cut to the chase. Was it twice as fast? You got two processors in there. Is it twice as fast?
No. Well, yes and no. It depends on what you're comparing it to. It completed the Photoshop tasks quickly. The average score was about 24 seconds for all the Photoshop tests. And that, when we compare it to
frame of reference, what does that mean?
Frame of reference to the 867 G4, which is a single processor, which is about half as fast. It did it in 25, 20. You know, it was. So
we're talking a second difference?
No. Yeah, you're right.
I don't understand.
I'm looking at two different things here, and I'm trying to figure out my numbers. But basically, it did it in half the time.
Okay,
a little close to half.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's definitely twice as fast. Some things that I've seen though, some things it doesn't do faster. There are a few things, like if you're working with Final Cut Pro, I was working with Final Cut Pro on the dual 1 gigahertz processor, comparing it to a dual 450, it's not like 1.25% or 1.25 times faster. It's actually not. It's just a little bit faster. So really, if you're sitting at home and you've got your Mac, it's a dual 500, it's a dual 450, maybe it's a dual 533 or whatever, don't run out and get the dual gigahertz thinking you're going to get some magical amount of performance. You're going to get more performance, but unless you're really doing creative stuff, you're not going to really shave a few seconds here, shave a few minutes there. That's really all you're going to be doing.
Well, I never do anything creative. It's all Excel for me. iDVD.
That's right. iDVD is one of the coolest applications in the world,
I
as
can
far as
literally
I'm
use
concerned.
this thing to create a DVD
You
and
can
play
make
it on my
DVD.
DVD
So
player.
like right here, this is a good testament to how fast this thing is. Right here, I just imported some footage from my DV camera of Sumi Das floating around in the ocean. So I'm going to export this movie to QuickTime, but actually I want to do it for iDVD. So I'm going to export that. Watch how quickly this goes.
Okay,
we'll put Sumi in the ocean, and watch. Okay, get ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, we're getting a little lollipop action there. It's thinking about doing. There it goes.
So that's it.
So it's look at that, less than a minute. You can see it. It's encoding this for the DVD in almost real time. It's actually a little bit faster than real time.
It literally is going faster than if we were actually just watching.
If you were just watching it play into a DVD recorder. So it's going a little quick. So while this encodes, let me tell you more about iDVD.
Yeah.
iDVD, it works right now with 10.1, which is cool. And what it'll let you do is it'll let you create DVDs as long as you've got the super drive, and that's one of the other perks of the new dual gigahertz.
The super drive is the CDRW/DVD burner.
Right. It'll burn DVDs. It'll burn CDs. And it works. It actually works really well. It doesn't burn those DVDs quickly. It does it like a 2x burn, which isn't super fast. But hey, come on, you're making DVDs.
Don't forget, 2x on DVD is different than 2x on a CD.
That's correct.
Right.
That's correct. And think of it this way: you could put Blockbuster out of business if you keep making those DVDs.
Have you actually done this? Have you burned DVDs? And
I've made DVDs and watched, and they look great.
You put them on your set-top box on your television home, and
they work fine.
They look great, huh?
And I actually have one of those original DVD players. I was one of those suckers.
Well, that's the thing.
Who went out and bought a DVD player like the first day they came out, and they work fine.
That's great.
If it works on mine, it should work on yours. That's what I'm saying, because I've got the oldest
Can
DVD
we take
player.
a look at the video that you just encoded?
So here's the video that I just encoded. I want to put it in my. I'm going to drop it into my. Watch. This is how easy it is to put a movie into a DVD. You just drop it in like that, and then right away you can see Sumi in the ocean is here. I'm going to turn this on and turn the volume up so you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear that at home, kids. It's got a little background music going on, and you can see it's. There you go. So this is my menu. This is my main menu, and right now in the background, iDVD, because of the dual gigahertz and all the power of OS 10, it's already starting to encode that movie to get it ready, put it in MPEG format so it's ready to go onto the DVD. It's going to do that in the background. And now, all I would have to do is click burn, and we can actually, let's watch this great video.
Yeah, I want to see it in full screen.
See, check it out. That's pretty exciting.
Maybe I ought to start doing some reports for Fresh Gear.
Yeah, look at you get to go in a submarine
a lot of fun.
with a camera.
It does look great.
It's really cool. And now, in a few minutes, this will be ready. We can burn it onto a DVD. And this is the exciting part about having the dual gigahertz is you could actually be making a DVD in the background while you're surfing the web, checking your email, encoding an MP3. I actually managed to do all of those things at home.
It's amazing.
All at the same time. Encode an MP3, make a DVD, and check my email all at the same time. And plenty of power to go around.
Well, you know, Brett, I've been Mac curious for years, but I think iDVD might finally be the app that makes me switch over.
It is. It's the killer app.
For the full story, thank you, Brett, on Brett's take on the newest power hitter from Apple, go to thescreensavers.com for all the info. Coming up next, Morgan has command prompt tips that will let you see everything when the Screensavers continues.
Hi, Pat Murphy with a terrific offer. I'm sure you've seen those fantastic electronic ab belt infomercials on TV. They're amazing, and they're the latest craze to sweep the country, and everybody wants one. The thing is, they're expensive, selling for up to $120 each. Well, that's why we developed the Ab Force that you can buy right now for just $20. That's right, just $20. But don't be fooled by the price. The Ab Force uses the same powerful technology as those ab belts sold by other companies on infomercials. The Ab Force is a truly high-quality product. Using sophisticated computer components, the Ab Force is capable of directing 10 completely different intensity levels at your abdominal area. So how can we afford to sell the Ab Force for so little? Well, just like cell phones and VCRs, the price of electronic products keeps coming down. And thanks to intense competition and the savings from mass production, we were able to cut a special deal directly with the factory. And we're passing the savings on to you. It's that simple. Designed with comfort in mind, the Ab Force is made of advanced lightweight material and utilizes a fully adjustable belt. It is so comfortable that you can even wear it under your clothes. In fact, I'm wearing one right now, and it's working while I'm working. The Ab Force is high quality, powerful, comfortable, and best of all, it's just $20. But here's an even better deal. Call right now, and we'll double your order. That's 2 Ab Force belts for just $20. That is an unbelievable offer. Demand for the Ab Force is overwhelming. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Call to receive 2 Ab Force belts for $20 now.
To order your 2 Ab Force massaging belts for only $20 plus shipping and handling, call 1-800-432-0950. Remember, this is a double offer. You get 2 Ab Forces for only $20. So call 1-800-432-0950.
Hey, you know, Megan? Morgan. I'm going to let you go.
Most people have figured that out by now, Chris. Pirillo.
The whole blonde thing that threw me off.
Right. All right, I have 2 new favorite features of Windows XP. Those are, of course, the bookmarks in the registry and the scroll bars in the command prompt. But if you don't happen to have Windows XP, your command prompt isn't going to have scroll bars. So what are you going to do when you want to see all the output of those long, long files?
I take it you're going to tell us.
I have 2 ways. It's great. All right, the first thing, so we're in, here's the Windows system directory. If I hit dir, it's going to scroll by a bunch of files. And there's no way for me to figure out what's going on at the top there. So the first way is very simple. I'm going to type in, dir, the directory command, like I always would. And then I'm going to do the pipe, which is it's above the backslash. It's the straight up and down thing. And then I'm going to type more.
Vertical, is that what you meant?
Oh, that's the word. That's a good one. Then
so it does it page by
page.
page.
It gives you page by page by page by page by page. See how many files we had missed there?
Wow. A lot.
Okay, so then we can just Control-C out of that because you get the general idea.
Yeah.
So pipe more. Then the next thing we can do is we can actually output it to a file that, we can put anywhere on our desktop, just a text file, and you can name it whatever you want to. So I already actually typed it in. I cheated a little bit. But you just put a little caret. As you said, it's the less than sign.
No, it's a greater than, because the alligator's going for the more. So it's the greater than. Like the alligator.
I remember something vaguely about that in elementary school. But you see, you just put the caret, and you're going to output the text into a text file. So I did that. You hit return. And it looks like nothing happens. However, you just open up this file. It's going to ask you if you want to use WordPad because it's really big. And it's just going to have your results in there. You can use this if you want a listing of your open ports to keep for later, if you want to see that, if you run netstat or something like that. And yeah, 2 beautiful, spectacular ways to see all of your content.
I can remember the greater than, but I can't remember your name.
Megan.
No, but that's what I said. You're supposed to be Morgan.
Oh, Morgan.
You guys have
you're
way
right,
too many M's over here.
Okay.
Where can they find more information about this stuff,
At
Morgan?
thescreensavers.com. You got it. Good job.
I got it right. How can they email you?
They can email me at morgan@techtv.com.
Thank you so much, Morgan
You're
Webb.
so welcome, Chris Pirillo.
Kat, do you have our quote of the day?
Yes, I do. Now the instant message quote of the day. To send in your quotes, head over to Microsoft Instant Message, AIM, or Yahoo and use the screen name TSS Thought. The best way to knock a chip off your neighbor's shoulder is to pat them on the back.
The compact Presario 5000 TPC has something for everyone. For film buffs, a free DVD drive, or for music buffs, a free CDRW drive. For technology buffs, an Intel Pentium 4 processor with power to burn. And burn and burn. Yep, it's a buff PC all right, and it's just $7.99 after a $50 instant rebate. So, financial buffs, call 1-800-336-1416 to buy now and get a free DVD or CDRW drive.
So we're expanding our e-commerce site. Traffic's growing, huge market. We needed more servers, more bandwidth, more everything. And we had to hit quick. Buying servers and co-locating wouldn't work. Too slow. Who has 6 weeks? You know who I called? Rackspace. Because Rackspace Managed Hosting does it all. I called Rackspace and boom. Next day, our site's up on managed servers in their data center. Totally secure, no hassles. And they supported us 24/7, guaranteed. No long-term contracts, no equipment to buy, no nothing. Look, if you need web servers with serious bandwidth, and especially if you need web servers fast, you need to call Rackspace right now. You'll be on the web, same day, instantly expandable, 1 server or 20. Check them out. Call 1-800-961-2888 or go to rackspace.com for the whole story. Rackspace, it's how you get web servers now.
Now you can enjoy fresh vegetables and beautiful flowers without all the back-breaking work. Just call for our free Troy-Bilt Great Gardens catalog with exciting information on the Troy-Bilt Bronco and our full line of tillers. The amazing Troy-Bilt Bronco works rich organic matter into your soil for magnificent gardens and delicious vegetables. And Troy-Bilt tillers are built to last with cast iron and bronze gear-driven transmissions. No wonder we offer a limited lifetime warranty. And now for a limited time, get free financing, free shipping, and a free bumper attachment on select hardworking Troy-Bilt tillers. Learn more about the rugged Troy-Bilt Bronco. Call for our free Troy-Bilt Great Gardens catalog, loaded with gardening tips and expert advice.
For details on the entire line of Troy-Bilt tillers, call toll-free 1-800-720-1900 or log on to www.troybilt.com for 24-hour ordering.
On Tech TV, it's an inside look at the latest breakthroughs changing your world. From transportation to communication, from sports to medicine, see what the future holds. Tomorrow's World, tonight at 6:30, only on Tech TV. Television about technology.
Sure to catch tomorrow's Screensavers. We'll show you how to monitor incoming and outgoing traffic to the internet. Plus, security expert ENunn Mokondi of Oblix explains why companies are focusing so much on online security. And we'll show you how to tweak your system to speed up browsing across your network. That's all on tomorrow's show. You know, sometimes I like to share viewer art. There's Leo. Can you see that? There's Leo. And there's Patrick. Looks just like Patrick. These are all from Ernie. That's me. We lay a cross between Manson and Kaczynski. And finally, we have this little Screensavers.
Yeah, but do you have a gourd?
Tableau.
We have a gourd.
Let's answer a question. Do you have a question there?
I've got a question from a viewer asking if he could install Linux on his laptop. My suggestion is you actually swing over to a website, linux-laptops.net. And if that's not the URL, we'll make sure we have the correct one in the show notes for you.
All right. I think that's all we're going to have time for on this edition of Screensavers. I am Martin Sargent.
And I'm Chris Pirillo. Thanks for joining us. We'd like to thank our guests also, Kevin Mitnick, Tatu Ulanen, Brett Larson, and, of course, all of you for watching.
And thank you, Chris, for filling in. It's been a pleasure. Good night, America.
Bye.
Bye.